What's up, and welcome back to the number one show in sports and entertainment. Earl knows it all. I am your host, Earl Hill, and y'all heard my theme music, man. We still getting you money, baby. It must still be the money. We had a little tough week. Even players mess up, man, but we're going to bounce back this week. We got our week 6 NFL pick 6, man. Well, first, we'll start with what happened last week, man. Had a little bit of a tough week, man. We chose some games. We said it was for all the dogs. We went with a theme, and the underdogs let me down, man. Unfortunately, actually, one of the favorites, the one favorite I picked, let me down too. We'll recap the games that we chose, man. We went over. I had a 2-3-1 week last week, and first losing week of the season, man. But even in that, like I said, we're still looking pretty good for the season. We're 27-3 on the year. Still hitting 666, baby. Woo-woo. That's a Hall of Fame career still if you making picks. So we may have failed a little bit, but we're going to bounce back this week, baby. Last week, week 5, we had Houston +2 against Atlanta. That game was looking beautiful until the Falcons came down and won the game with a field goal on the final play of the game, and they pushed in that particular game. So that was our one push. We had Tennessee at Indianapolis. Indianapolis was getting 1.5. We covered that one easily. Shout out to Gardner Minshew coming in and winning that game for us. Of course, Jonathan Taylor returned as well. So the Indianapolis Colts did us well in that game. Now, the game that we missed on horribly, we had New Orleans at New England. New England was given 1 point, and New England got given the business in that game. They lose 34-0. Like I said, man, even players mess up, man. I trusted Bill Belichick. I thought his defense would do enough to win that game. Not at all, man. We looked horrible in that one. Arizona had been looking good, man. So our next game, we said, maybe they'll handle Cincinnati. They'll keep it close. Cincinnati was given 3 points at Arizona. That game was also a blowout as well. We missed that one. Hey, like I said, man, players mess up too. The next game we won this one now. And I told you this was the Hackett Bowl, the Hack Bowl, whatever you want to call it, the Wilson Bowl. We had the New York Jets going into Denver, in the Mile High City. They were getting 1.5. They covered that game. They win outright like I said they would. And that was our second victory of the week. And the last game that we had, God forgive me, I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and say, yo, man, like, just do the logical thing. We had Dallas getting 3.5 against San Francisco. They could have gave Dallas 30.5, and it wouldn't have been enough. They lose that game 42-10. They got spanked on Sunday Night Football, and never again, Dak. That's what I'll say. I'm never doing that again. I thought the Dallas Cowboys would step up in that game. They did not, man. But you know what? Even though we came up a little short, we still going to make sure we make you money, baby. If you're betting with us, you're still doing well. Like I said, you won 20 games this year if you're betting with us. You only lost 7 and you pushed 3 of them, man. So we are well ahead. We're having a great season, and we will continue and get back on track this week with a winning week. What are we going to go with first? I just talked about San Francisco and what they did. San Francisco is at Cleveland. They are given 7 points. Our first game, we will take San Francisco, and we will give the 7 points to Cleveland. Deshaun Watson is out again in this game. If you watch NFL matchup previously, I said that Deshaun Watson should be back. He's not back. He's already been determined out. So we get a backup quarterback in there again, the rookie going for Cleveland, and that's probably going to spell trouble for them, man. But we chose this game at 7, so that line may be going up, actually. If you got in at 7, you're probably looking good right now. Our next game, man, the Colts, they've been doing us pretty well, but we go a little bit different this time, man. We got the Indianapolis Colts at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is giving 4, and we will give those 4 points to the Colts, man. Like I said, Anthony Richards out. Gardner Minshew's coming in. Starting Garner has started some games. The Colts have looked good this season. They've been a surprise team, but I think Jacksonville's gotten back on track. They're at home. They're their first home, even though London seems like it may be their first home. They keep winning, but we'll go with Jacksonville, giving the 4 points to the Colts in that game. The next game, if you've been listening to me, I've been betting against my former team, man, my hometown team, Atlanta Falcons. And I pushed that game last week. I was this close to making some money on that game, man. But they welcome in the Washington Commanders, and they are given 2.5. I don't trust Washington at all. Washington got smacked by the Chicago Bears, arguably, in the running for one of the worst teams in the league. I think the Atlanta Falcons will handle their business. You give the 2.5 to the Washington Commanders, and you will win this game, man. So the Falcons, I got them at 2.5 in that one. The next game, New Orleans, traveling to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. New Orleans is giving a point to Houston. We're going to give that point away. I think New Orleans wins this game. These 1-point games can be kind of tricky because, Vegas is kind of on the fence about it. They're like, hey, we don't really know who's going to win, maybe. I think the Saints win this game. Although I like C.J. Stroud, like what D'Amico Ryans is doing. Saints will win this one. Their defense is pretty good. I think they get after C.J. Stroud in that game. The next game, I don't have my Eagles hat today, but we're going to fly, Eagles fly, man. We got a 7-point spread going into New York, MetLife, to take on the New York Jets. We're giving 7, and we will give those 7 to the Jets and Zach Wilson. And I think this is the game that you finally see the Eagles have like a breakout game. We've seen San Francisco do that. We've seen the Chiefs do it. Now we need to see the Eagles, some of the teams, one of the other top teams in the league, have their kind of standout stamp moment. I think we get that against the Jets, man. They'll cover that 7 easily, in my opinion. And the last game we have, a little upset special for you. The Detroit Lions go into Tampa Bay. They are giving 3 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Take those 3 points. Tampa Bay will cover, and guess what, folks? They're going to win outright. So if you want to bet the money line on that one, you can also do that. But those are my picks this week for week 6. We get back on track. Let's recount them again. We got San Francisco giving 7 to Cleveland. We got Jacksonville giving 4 to the Colts. We have the Atlanta Falcons giving 2.5 to the Washington Commanders. We have the New Orleans Saints giving 1 to the Houston Texans. We got the Philadelphia Eagles giving 7 to the New York Jets. And last but not least, a 3-point underdog, Tampa Bay will take the 3, and they will cover and win that one outright. Maybe, I mean, like I said, man, you heard my theme song. We've been doing it for 5 straight weeks. We had winning weeks. We were dominating the game. We're going to get back on track in week 6 and do it again, baby. You guys let me know what you think, man. If you got some questions, I see you guys have been commenting in there, asking about other games, man. Check out my NFL matchup game. I give you the outright winners in those games, what I think will happen. But this is your picks that are guaranteed to go right, man, of course. So make sure you lock in. Make sure you do me a favor and do yourself a favor, first and foremost. It's not really me a favor if you like these pick 6 bets. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you do not miss a thing. You want to make sure you get these picks. We do it every single Friday. Like I said, man, make sure you share this video as well with your friends so you can share the wealth, man. That's what good friends do. That's what friends are for. Shout out to Deion Ward, man. We're putting week 6 in the books. We're going to have a bounce back week. That's our theme. You guys make sure you hold it down. Have a good one.